Good evening, traders. Welcome back to the channel. This is Vishal, and you're watching Nifty and Bank Nifty short-term view. In today's video, I'll be sharing the short-term view for Nifty and Bank Nifty, and also provide an update about a couple of stocks which I shared with all of you 2 to 3 days back. And obviously, in terms of sectoral indices, today's outperformer has been the PSU Banking Index. So from this PSU Banking Index, I'll be sharing one or two stocks. All right. So first, while looking at the Nifty Spot daily chart, we can clearly see that price has been able to bounce from this 38.20% Fibonacci interest retracement, which has been a good thing. But the overall trend is still flat. There is nothing interesting because there is not even one single green candle in this entire candlestick. There are 1, 2, 3 and 4 candles since this bounce back has occurred, but not even one has been big green candle. Yes, there have been 2 green candles, but I generally like big green candle, which has a lot of confidence generally where you initiate a long position in any stock or in even any index. If you see this particular candle, this oozes a lot of confidence in the mind of a trade. All right, so that is absent over here. Second thing, if you just have a look at the hourly time frame charts, you can clearly see that after this bounce back, there has been a very, very choppy market. Very, very choppy. In fact, if you see last, I think from 7th August, like last couple of days, the range has been more or less 19,634 on the upside, and on the downside will be 19,533. If you check this in a extreme shorter term time frame chart, you will see things are very, very choppy. Very, very choppy. Okay. So things are not much interesting in the markets right now. And on the upside, I would say that the resistance band comes at 19,725 to 19,675. And on the downside, there is a support band in the hourly time frame chart at 19,406, 405 till 19,436. So first, in case if the prices close below this in the hourly time frame chart with a big red candle, you will see prices possibly going down towards 19,300 and possibly even 40 to 50 points lower, maybe around 19,260, 19,250. Now, if we close above this particular level, this particular gap, which is a resistance band, this will be the first sign that whatever bounce back has occurred here has some meaningful impact, and we are trying to break this resistance. And on the top of that, if the Nifty starts sustaining above 19,800 in the hourly time frame chart, this entire order of lower high, lower lows will change. And when this changes, a lot of things in many sectoral indices will change, I believe. But these things need to be taken care of. Okay. So as of now, it is very much visible that we are in a bounce back, but we need to surpass important levels, and we will only come to know that in few days. So till that time, a trader should trade less, concentrate on extreme high probable bets. Even if you find out, say for example, a sector like PSU Bank, which has given a pretty decent move today, you cannot concentrate on all the stocks. You will have to pick one or two out of them, which I'll be sharing with you. Now, looking at the PSU banking chart, again, we can see that there has been a bounce back, but the momentum has been very, very low. If you check the Nifty chart, the bounce back has been very good, but at the same point of time, the bounce back in the Bank Nifty has not been that great. And the reason for that has been actually PSU Bank, because this bounce back has come today. But before that, if you see, there was a sell-off going on. Okay. And the main stock responsible for this sell-off was SBI, the king of PSU banking stocks. Okay. Now, coming back to Bank Nifty, this is a very good support band at 44,300. So if we close below this, then there will be a decent possibility that the prices will start drifting down. But as of now, the trend is flat in the hourly time frame charts, and we need to understand one thing, that as I said that we had a resistance in the Nifty hourly time frame charts, we also have a resistance over here, which is a gap, and this gap first needs to be filled. And this gap is between 45,500 and 45,400. This 100-point band is a decent resistance for the short-term traders. So once this is surpassed, and this level is also surpassed, 45,770 or 45,880, this entire structure of the chart will change, which is showing us lower lows and lower highs. Okay, so this will change into an uptrend in the short term, and when all the time frames will align, when the hourly chart, the weekly chart, daily chart, they will align in the similar fashion and they start showing an uptrend in all the time frame charts, then I think momentum will catch up and making money will be slightly easier. Okay, now let's talk about specific stocks. The first stock which I'd shared with all of you has been Wipro. Wipro, I clearly told somewhere over here that there was a clean breakout at 408, 409, and from there prices have rallied. And I think it's a good time probably for a trader to trail the stop losses and probably place your stop losses within this range of maybe 408, 409, or maybe a little bit lower than that, depending on your comfort level. I'm just sharing my view. You have to obviously do your own analysis. And always remember, when the prices are rallying, it's important to protect your portfolio. Initially, the stop losses were slightly lower, and now one should slightly trail the stop losses and bring them higher. Okay. The second stock which I had shared with all of you was Reliance Industries. Now, I clearly told that there should be a pretty decent big green candle in this stock, and only then a breakout will occur over here. Now, someone will say that there's a big green candle over here, but this big green candle will not be, counted as a very good breakout, because just nearby there is a wick. So generally we need a big green candle closing above this wick. So now the resistance level is right about over here at 25, 35, 25, 36. Once we see a closing above this level, then a decent momentum on the upside in Reliance Industries is expected. One more stock which I have at my end is CG Power. Now this stock is consolidating very badly. So you can see this stock has been trying to give a breakout. It's trying really, really hard, but it's not able to do so just because of this wick. Because this wick is providing terrible amount of resistance. Once I guess we close above 414, 415 and we sustain above it, maybe for next couple of hours, we'll see a very good momentum on the upside. But we need to understand, please do not place your orders until and unless the candle is not complete, because if the candle goes higher and while closing, if it comes down, you will get stuck in a trade which is not moving. Okay. And now we'll talk about the king of today's entire market, that's PSU Bank. Now you can see the way PSU Banking charts have moved up, and they have been able to provide this bounce back because of this 38.20% Fibonacci retracement. But I would say the current market scenario where the entire market is consolidating, it's not easy to generally generate good trades. And I always believe that in such markets, when overall markets are consolidating, it is important to select a particular sector, and from that sector, we should not trade all the stocks. Select one or maybe two stocks which are looking good and trade as less as possible. Save your money for times when market starts trending, and then you will be able to initiate much more number of trades. So first stock which I'll be sharing with all of you is going to be PNB. PNB, you can see over here, the stock had given a bounce back over here. It corrected. And the stock has possibly been able to bounce back from a decent support. You can see this 161.80% Fibonacci extension. And this extension is coexisting with the previous candle wick. And from this base, we have seen a breakout. And there's a possibility that this breakout will sustain and move higher. It's a request to all of you that this is not a trade. Is just a view from my side. Please input your own analysis in case if you take this stock. And I'm just sharing this view for short-term traders. This is not for positional traders for next many weeks or months. This is just for a few days. All right. The next stock from my side is going to be Canara Bank. Even in Canara Bank, if I just plot this Fibonacci of the price has been able to bounce back from this 127.20% Fibonacci extension. Generally, 127.20% extension is not a very strong support, but nevertheless, even from a weaker support, price has been able to bounce back. And I believe if the stock sustains above this high of 340, if it closes above this with a big green candle, then there is a chance of decent momentum on the upside. All right. So once again, just summing it up all, I guess overall Nifty Spot, overall market is range bound. Not a very good time to initiate too many trades. Even if you find a sector, try to initiate only one or two stocks from that sector, trade less, save money for good times, and be vigilant, and also be nimble footed. Like in case if some important support or important resistance is broken and the trend changes, you need to be changing with that also, because we have been able to make a very good amount of money recently in last few months. And now this is a time, and this time may not last very long, but it is very, very important. Whatever money, whatever profits you earned in your trading portfolio, you save that when markets are not trending. Because if someone who has made money in this environment and he tries to initiate too many trades, he might lose up a lot of money over here. So be vigilant about that, be thoughtful, trade less, but initiate good quality trades. All right. So I hope my videos are helping you to understand the overall movement on the market and maybe even some stocks. Trade less and trade wisely. Thank you.